Hello and welcome everybody to 2002. First off, Happy New Year's everybody. It's New Year's Eve right now and we're going to party like it's 2021. So, in 2002 Tiger Woods was off of his 2021 Tiger Slam, right? He held all four majors in 1 year, okay? People say, well, it's not a year Grand Slam because it wasn't the same golf season, but whatever, okay? They call it the Tiger Slam. Now, in 2002, obviously he also won the US Open and the Masters. I mean, he had an amazing year in 2002, and he was using Nike equipment. And Nike released their first ever woods, their first ever drivers. You could have a set, right, of woods and irons. I don't know if they made putters at that time. I don't remember. Let me know in the comments below. I think he was still using his Scotty Camerons. Now, in 2002, besides that, do you guys remember Wind Waker? Tells you how my life was going in 2002. It was very much we need to play the Requiem of, let's look at this on the review table. Bing, bing, bing. So this is identified by no markings here. Now, in my personal experience, now correct me if I'm wrong, I've seen the 275cc markings up here for the titanium 275. I've seen the steel marking up here for the steel version. I've seen 400cc for the 400, and I've seen 450cc for the 450. The 350 is the only one that I've seen without a marking up here. Now, somebody was telling me that the 400 didn't have a marking, but I can't verify that. I've looked and I just can't verify that. I'm not sure if there's just some misinformation going around, but let us know in the comments below about the markings up here on the sole close to the toe. So this is the 350cc titanium driver. You can see there's kind of this rear view mirror here in the center of the sole with these horizontal blinds with a Nike swoosh in the rear view mirror. Don't you want to see Nike in front of you, not in the rear view mirror? I don't know. It seems like kind of interesting marketing. Nike, you're coming up from behind, right? This is what the driver is. This is what we're doing here. We're catching up. The loft, in this case, 9.5. We spin around the skirt. A little more angular than the steel. More angular here as well. Dark blue head design. For some reason, this reminds me of Mizuno of this era. So we have a 3-dot alignment line right here on the crown. Beautiful looking crown. The face doesn't wrap around too far, unlike the steel. And we have just a very interesting groove pattern right here. Kind of this faux insert. We're still doing faux inserts in titanium in 2002, mimicking Persimmons. We move up the hosel. We get the serial number right here. Not sure if that's going to show up or focus, but it is right here on the hosel. We have a little shiny bit with some more of these stakes, these little dimples they designed into here. It's not staked. The shaft isn't staked. It's glued in. We have a black ferrule, plain black, really simple. I like that. And then this shaft is just iconic for the era. The UST, or it's right here, UST Pro 465 Gold. These were all over the place. Didn't matter what color your club head was, you were getting a yellow shaft. And 2002, I put this on. And we have a aftermarket Cordy Tour Velvet style grip. Is it a victory grip? What does it say back here? USA Golf Pride V50. It's the V50 Cordy. V, I think, stands for victory, like the old victory grips from the 80s and 90s. And that is how you identify one 350cc titanium Nike driver, first released, first issue, or at least that initial model year design. I love seeing the wear and tear on some of these drivers. Let's get this out on the range. I've already hit this on the range, but let's go watch that footage and see how I do. This feels good. And it has a Nike swoosh on it, okay? So if you're interested in and sometimes I get these questions, okay, of I just want to play golf and I'm looking for a cheap driver, what should I get? If you can find one of these, I've seen these at thrift stores before, I've seen these on eBay selling for less than $50. They're not that spectacular, we'll dive into that in a minute. But they work when it comes to hit golf ball down range, can you hit the fairway with it? It's possible to do that with this. Is it the easiest thing to hit? Probably not, but it's good, okay? So it's fine, all right? Just go, if you are new and you find one of these at a thrift store for $5, get it, okay? Or cheap on eBay. Now, the more difficult question of would I put this in my bag? This particular one, the 350 model, I want a Nike set. And you'll see me trying some of them here. This one was a little bit disappointing. Not because I can't hit golf balls with it, but it didn't capture the era for me. So there were 5 versions, okay? So there was the 275 titanium, there was the 300 steel, there was the 350 titanium, which is this one, and then there was the 400, and then there was the 450. And as I recall, they came out staggered. I think a couple of them came out first, and then I think the 450 came out last, and it was like they're a few months apart. I don't remember exactly. That's just how I remember it. It could have just been my dealer, but that's how I remember it. So there are 5 of them, all right? Now, which one captures the era the most? Well, the 450. No, that's close, but not even in the top 2. The one that captures the era, and let me explain the era for the kids out there, okay? Right around the turn of the millennium, 2000, 2001, 2002, people were still saying, and they had been saying this for like 5 years, the titanium drivers are a fad. They're going away. No, they won't. It's just no. Everybody's going to go back to 250 cc's because they realize that they're better. Okay, hindsight 2020, they were wrong. Okay, but that era was captured from club manufacturers like Nike making the 275 cc. Well, there are people out there who claim to be experts, who claim to really know everything, and they want these smaller drivers. So we're going to make a smaller driver. But what about these people who just want the most help and we need to compete with Callaway and TaylorMade? So we're going to make a 450, right? And so Nike's trying to get the whole pie. Just do it. It's just not just do it. It's just eat it, right? The whole pie. The whole thing. Now, this one doesn't capture that. It's 350. It's right in the middle. Blah, who cares? I want the 275cc. I want the 300 steel, or I want that big one if I'm just going to play golf. So in order, my first pick would be the 275 titanium because, come on, you show that to somebody on the golf course. What's that? Well, in 2002, people were saying that smaller is better. So there, take that. Let's try it out on the golf course right now. It's fun. It's just a fun experiment, and it's just hilarious, and it captures the era. The steel, same thing. Who makes steel drivers? Was that the only steel driver Nike ever made? That's awesome. Followed for my third pick, the 450cc, because at that point, we're just playing golf, all right? So might as well just give me the biggest, and who cares? Tiger Woods famously played, forged, whatever, and Phil Mickelson made fun of him. So that said, we need to play, since Wind Waker came out in 2002, we're going to play the melody of wrapping up the close here, okay? So it's like bing, 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 bing. If you would like to support this channel, please visit us on Patreon. We like to message back and forth. I post a couple updates every month. You can also support us by visiting my Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description below. I am an Amazon associate. I have a golf section, and I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I am The Vintage Golfer.